That's all. That's what I say.
We're started.
Okay, that's what I like to hear. All right. First of all, we had said last week that everyone will participate, which I hope everybody does, and that we will all give what we feel is our a real New Year's resolution that is attainable, that we can follow for 2021. And so, do you want to launch that, Micah? You want to tell us what your...
Why don't we let Timmy launch it? Timmy has something.
All right, Timmy, go ahead. You go first, Timmy.
Okay. My New Year's resolution for 2021 is to start my own business.
I love it. And if is anything I can do to make that glow in the dark and prosper, that's part of my New Year's resolution, because mine is to be supportive of everyone 24/7 and make as many people successful as I can for the year 2021. That's my New Year's resolution.
Awesome. I look forward to picking your brain.
Yeah, I want you to pick it any night you want. It doesn't have to be on a podcast.
Awesome.
If you need my phone number, my cell phone, you got that. If you need my email, you got that. Matter of fact, I'm going to give it out right now. My email is, I own a yogurt company, a frozen yogurt company, and it's called Yogurt Frenzy. And my email is yogurtfrenzy, YOGURTFRENZY @yahoo.com. And if you want to see my website, it's yogurtfrenzy.com for that company. And my phone number is 480-390-1366. So you can call me anytime you want. I'll be glad to pick your brain and brainstorm, and you can pick my brain all you want, and we'll put together a successful 2021.
Awesome.
Thank you. And thank you, Timmy, for putting that in the chat for everybody. Email and phone number for Gary. Send that to CNN, Fox News, anybody that needs. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Micah doesn't want me calling him every 5 minutes. He was trying to keep me busy, so that's good.
Right. So who else on here? Turn some cameras on, by the way. We got quite a few people on here. I know normally would have some video on. So unless you're performing an exorcist or someone's getting...
or if you had pea soup for dinner, then I understand, because that's part of the exorcism. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, exactly. But my goal, I'll tell you one of mine. I've got several that I was going to mention in the call, but one of mine is going to be lose an extra 20 pounds in 2021.
Oh, that's so you can be ripped on April 15th. I know.
I'm going to have a hard time getting there, I think, because this last 20 pounds will take me back to close to a high school weight, so it's I have to lose quite a bit to get there. It'd put me down, I think, around 215 if I had to guess. So,
well, I'm telling you, when we take our shirts off, that what we look like is not going to lie. Right. It is what it is. But I like your resolution, but my resolution is to beat you.
Hey, I'm sure you will, right? Hey, I may get there. I may get there by April. But right now, I mean, I'm ready. We could just dial forward the clocks and. I probably want to lose maybe 10 before the picture, but ultimately, I think if I lost 20 and working out and stuff, I'd be really, really beach body ready. So.
Well, I think what we need to do next Tuesday is go over again, reiterate those 10 things that will sabotage people's New Year's resolution.
Yep.
Okay, because if we can keep people off sugar and salt and high fructose corn syrup and all that other stuff, they're going to see great results.
Yep. So another one of mine is it's hard to be specific because I've already got a very, very stringent diet, I guess you could say. But I do eat, I'll make some homemade pizzas every now and then and eat some stuff that's probably off the diet plan that's sugar based. But so part of losing this weight is going to be to really tighten up my diet. And not just eating less bad stuff, but eating a lot more good stuff. And I started by doing that since I'm now drinking a lot more smoothies. Almost every time I have a smoothie, I'll put a salad's worth of spinach lettuce in it, or green kale, or other. I'm getting creative and finding stuff that I wouldn't normally eat, like garlic or echinacea, some different spices. I'm actually mixing it in with my smoothies to make it part of my diet. So effectively, I'm eating cashew milk or coconut milk, ice, water, smoothie mix, banana. Most of my smoothies are banana based or banana and pineapple, strawberries, blueberries. I mean, you mix all sorts of stuff in there with chocolate. But I mean, it's a pretty tight diet to go like that without having any meats, but I'm getting all my protein. Sometimes I'll make a peanut butter chocolate banana smoothie. I'm using organic peanut butter, the stuff with no sweetener that if you eat it by itself, it's like, yeah, it's pretty decent, kind of. But in a smoothie mix, I mean, you just never even notice, and you're getting lots of protein from it. But I'm going to carry this throughout this year to really try to step up my health. So.
One thing that I teach everybody when they ask for nutrition is you need to drink 8-ounce glasses of water a day, and then another 8-ounce glass of water for every 25 pounds you want to lose. So every day you should be drinking 64 ounces of water a day. But if you're trying to lose 25 pounds, okay, then you got to drink 72 ounces of water a day, and you go on and on. People that need to lose 50 pounds need 64 plus 16. So that would be, now you're dealing with 80 ounces a day. Mm-hmm. But if you really want to see weight come off, that water is a magic way to really start, get cleansing out the toxins in your body. It's really good.
Agree. Yep.
So anybody else going to get on and tell us what their New Year's resolution is? Like Leanne or, oh, here we go. I plan
Christina will. Hello, Christina.
Leanne said she's going to gain muscle weight. That's fantastic. Because one thing I can tell you that every pound of muscle weight that you gain, you raise your metabolism to where you burn fat naturally way more than you normally would. So every time you replace fat with muscle, oh, her microphone won't work. Why won't her microphone work, Micah? Leanne.
Is she on a tablet?
We can hear you. Oh, Leanne's microphone doesn't work? No. Leanne is thin already. She's already at a good weight.
Oh, I know, but she wants to put on muscle weight.
Yeah.
But muscle, she probably has a good BMI, body mass index, and she probably has a low percentage of body fat, which is excellent. But here's the thing: not only do you want to put on muscle weight, but you want to make sure you're getting the right healthy protein, so that the muscle weight that gets added on is healthy muscle weight. You don't want to eat protein that's not good for the heart, or not good for your arteries or capillaries or blood vessels or whatever.
Yeah.
She's drinking protein smoothies. That's dynamite. That is dynamite.
In more of them. More of them.
And because she wants to put on weight, she needs to put a banana in every one of her smoothies, because that'll help her put on weight.
Oh boy, I didn't know that. I put bananas in every one of my smoothies. It's like a great base to blend a banana or half of a banana up just to get it nice and textury.
Well, banana makes a smoothie dynamite. I mean, it really, and it's funny, the banana mixed with peanut butter, what a combination. That's a smooth drink. Really good.
Yeah. Trust me.
So is that not good to put a banana in there if you're not wanting to gain weight?
Well, no. Here's the key. I'm glad you asked that. That for people that want to lose weight, the only time you should have a banana in a smoothie is in the morning, because you need carbohydrates for energy, but you don't want to be doing bananas at night, because then you're going to sleep on all those carbohydrates, and that's actually a way to sabotage yourself. So, like I said, you probably want to drink like around 72 ounces of water a day. But if when you do your smoothies with bananas, at least do them in the morning.
I usually do the banana in the morning.
The only fruit you should be having in the afternoon or at night would be your low sugar fruits like watermelon, cantaloupe,
Ooh.
maybe berries like strawberries or blueberries. But fruits you don't want to do at night are bananas, pineapples, plums, peaches, things that are high in sugar.
Oh boy.
Okay. Yeah, Micah, you got a high metabolism. You can't. You'd burn up anything. Yeah, I think you have to run around the shower to get wet. Okay.
I don't know about that.
Anyway, so what's your New Year's resolution? Now that we got you on talking about bananas, what did you make a good New Year's resolution?
Well, I need to drink more water.
Okay, that's a start.
And I need to figure out better recipes for my family because my dad's going to be probably losing his gallbladder.
What you need to do then, what you need to do is did you get my phone number? Did you write it down?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're going to call me because I will give you recipes for your dad and for your family.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So, don't hesitate to call me during the week or on the weekend, and I'd be glad to help you set up an eating program for your whole family.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. No problem at all. One thing I was going to say about this, the end of this month, we're coming out with that immune booster. And just to let you know, India wants 50,000 bottles of this immune booster.
Wow.
Mexico wants 25,000 bottles of this immune booster to fight the COVID. So what I want to urge all our sales reps, if I can sell that many to a country, we should be able to sell 2 or 3 to families. I mean, we're talking about helping people strengthen their antibodies and immune system so they don't get this virus. Real important. And I will have a lot of these jars. I'm going to have 1,000 of them the end of the month, but I'm probably going to have to order 100,000 of them starting the first week of February. But if you look at these and you look at the ingredients, and everybody's going to want this. Everybody's going to want this, especially people with pre-existing conditions, because this will help overcompensate some of their vulnerability because you're strengthening their immune system. And that's so important, especially if they're elderly, or especially if they don't eat enough fruits or vegetables, or they don't get outside enough, or they don't have enough activity. These pills will really help nutritionally, give them a boost like it says. And so starting Christina, I'm telling you, this is really good for your family. It's good for your neighbors, your friends, your coworkers, everybody. We can help. If I can help a country like India or Mexico, we can definitely help a community or a city or a state or a region or the Southwest or the Northeast. If you call people, they're all going to want this, and you should be able to sell hundreds of these. And like you said, Christine, you want to start a business. You could start a business just with this alone. You could make a good amount of money, because there isn't one household in the world that doesn't need these capsules right now. So the demand is there. It's just a question of getting the exposure and educating and motivating people what we have so they know we have it. Mm-hmm. And then we're good to go. Who else is on that would like to? Can Leanne? Leanne already said she wants to add muscle weight. Let's see. Who else do we have on, Micah, that could give us their New Year's resolution?
Crystal and Antonia.
If they want, they can type it. If they don't want to get on.
Yeah, if you don't want to get on, just type in the chat what your resolutions are.
Yeah, you don't have to get on. You can just type it right on the screen, and we'll be glad to go over it with you.
This is Antonia.
Oh. Hey, Antonia, how are you doing?
All right, how are you, Micah?
Doing good.
Hi, Gary.
Hi, how are you?
All right.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. My New Year's resolution is to keep the weight that I lost this past 7 months, keep it off, and maybe even lose a little bit more. I've lost 32 pounds since May.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Nice. Very nice.
Matter of fact, in my book that I wrote, that would be three women's bowling balls you just took off your body. And what a difference 3 bowling balls are in terms of being able to have energy. That's fantastic.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't been this low in weights for over 20 years, so it feels good.
No, that can I tell? What I find interesting, I get motivated when I hear people like are in their 60s and they're graduating from college, or I get motivated when somebody says, "Hey, I'm in my 50s and it's the best I've ever felt in my life. I'm working out 4 times a week. I'm eating perfect." I mean, it's never too late to self-improve. That's what's so phenomenal about the human body and the human mind, is it's never too late to self-improve and rejuvenate your whole life. All it takes is that first step to say, I'm worth it, and then to execute and implement the things you need to do so that you care more about yourself by the fact you actually take pride in the fact that every day you feel you look better and feel better than you did the day before.
Yes.
And in terms of setting up a resolution of, starting a business or making more money, or having less stress because you can't pay certain bills or whatever, you call me, anybody wants to call me, and I'll give you a game plan on how to make more money and how to keep it going. Just like what you're saying about you don't want to gain the weight back. Well, you've done so good over the last 5-6 months. Why stop now? Okay, why keep that momentum going. And it's the same thing with being successful in business. Once you have 1 good month, then you should have 6 good months. Then you should have 2 good years. Same thing about, with your weight. Once you start cash flowing and you start understanding business and how to, get the momentum going for making cash flow and profit, don't stop. Don't, give yourself a new goal. If you're making, 200 more a week, then say, well, I want to make 400 more a week. Or if you're making 400 more a week, you want to make 1,000 more a week. You always give yourself a new goal and never accept where you're at. And it doesn't have to be, unrealistic where you're saying, I want to be a millionaire. I mean, no, everybody wants to be a millionaire, but you got to start with baby steps, and every week make a little bit more money than you made the week before. And you'll see, I think you'll get dynamite results. Same thing with weight loss. If you I always tell people, if you lose 1/8 of a pound every week, after X amount of months, you'll disappear. Okay. Cause you won't have any weight left. So obviously, it sounds like so little. God, 1/8 of a pound a week. But think about it. If you lost 1/8 of a pound every single week, you get down to a good weight no matter what you weigh. So yeah. It's not a question of having to do everything all at once and do it quick. Everything needs baby steps, but the key to it is don't ever go backwards. Whenever I see somebody say, well, I had a bump in the road. But a bump in the road's okay, because then you get back on the program and you keep losing the weight, or you keep becoming more successful financially. But if you let the bump in the road be a bigger bump and then a bigger bump, and now it's a crater and then it's the Grand Canyon, then you're in trouble. Yeah. Okay, so you got to be able to say, yeah, I made a mistake on Monday, but you know what? I'm going to overcompensate and eat better on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's real simple. Everybody is going to cheat. Well, I shouldn't say everybody. I mean, my first boss back in the 70s was a guy named Jack LaLanne. Do you know that he never cheated on 1 bite of food his entire life? I know that's mind-boggling, but here's a guy that when he was 70 years old, swam from Alcatraz to San Francisco Bay with his hands shackled and feet shackled, dragging 3 boats of children on his 70th birthday, and he made it because there's somebody that never cheated on 1 bite of food and was physically fit his entire life. He died at 96 years old.
Mm. Wow.
And if you want to see it, YouTube Jack LaLanne swimming from Alcatraz to San Francisco Bay. You can watch it yourself.
Okay. Yeah, because I had some little minor setbacks here and there, but I always told myself, tomorrow's a new day, start again.
That's the good attitude. That's a great attitude. And that's exactly right, because, you know, if you make a little mistake, it's a little mistake, and you don't use it as an excuse to make a bigger mistake.
That's the key right there, Gary, is don't use it as an excuse to make a bigger mistake. And always think to yourself is you just got to get back on track. You mess up, no big deal. Just continue where you left off.
And it's the same thing in business. It's the same thing in business. Let's say that you have a bad week where you go, you know what? I didn't make any money this week and I'm feeling stressed out or whatever. No, you know what you do? You say, I didn't make any money this week, but when come Monday morning, I'm going to concentrate beyond belief. Okay. And I'm going to make sure that I make this week to make up for last week. And you can do it. Anybody can do whatever they put their mind to. And the key to all of this that we're talking about is that we have to be able to develop self-empowerment. We have to be able to be independent and not be dependent on other people. The more we can be self-reliant and the more we can be independent and develop our own identity and our own destiny, the more you are going to love yourself every morning you wake up, because you know you're in charge and you control everything.
Yep, I did it for myself. I didn't do it for anybody else. I knew I needed to do it for me.
That's phenomenal. And I'll tell you a funny story that I love what you just said, and I'll tell you where I had people in Texas where when I was doing nutritional counseling with women, one of them actually said to me when we were finishing up for the day, she goes, I got to get home and clean the house for my husband. And I said to her, so if you didn't have a husband, you'd have a dirty house? I mean, you're cleaning the house for both of you, not for your husband. Okay, it's the same thing. That I like what you said. I didn't lose the weight for somebody else. I lost it for me. And that it's the same thing when someone says to me, well, I've got to go clean the house for my husband. No, you don't. You got to go clean the house because the house needs to be cleaned for you and your husband, because that's what you do. To me, I like when people use sentences that show they have independence. It's real important.
Yeah, I agree. Well said, Gary.
Now, these nutritional product samples that will be coming out in February. Right now, I'm concentrating just on these immune boosters, just to let everybody know that I'm really going to concentrate on manufacturing these COVID immune boosters, probably for the next maybe 3.5 weeks at least. And then I'm going to concentrate on making 2-ounce sample products of our 4 nutritional products. And I'll get those all done in February. And I'm really excited because Micah, we'll show everybody at next meeting what the sample packets are going to look like. They're going to be really nice. Awesome. Really, really nice.
Awesome. Yep, I can't wait to see them myself.
They're really good. So I think the more I think about it, Troy had to go to California on a plane. The more I think about it.
Oh, poor guy, man.
I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
I feel really bad for him. But here's what I would like to see too for next Tuesday, as we discuss. Because here's how I think I can help all of you expand your business. Is try to bring on the podcast next week a couple people that are curious about what we do, and introduce me to them next podcast, and we can tell them how we can help them launch the products, and how, because what I would like to do is start having conference calls and individual Zoom meetings with people that want to expand their business by adding people on during the week. There's no reason why on a Saturday, if you had 5 people at your house, we couldn't get on a conference call and really get everybody motivated about the immune booster and the nutritional products and the MSM products. This is what's going to get us expanding to where we get more and more exposure, because anybody I've ever talked to about these products, they buy them, they love them, and they continue to buy them. So what does that mean? It means that every single person that you plant a seed to over the next couple of weeks, I'll help you make a harvest. But if you don't plant any seeds, there's no harvest. So what we got to concentrate on in the next couple, 2-3 weeks is build our podcast to where we get more and more people excited about helping their community with their antibodies and immune system and eating healthy products. And like everybody said on the New Year's resolution today, everybody's talking about looking better, feeling better, living longer, having a better quality of life, and being in charge of their own destiny. And that's what we need to do.
Yeah, I agree.
So I know I'm going to give a challenge to Micah, because Micah to me is the get 1,000 people on the podcast king. He knows how to. He's, you know, we used to have a ton of people on together, and I think the holidays we got things that we've had to do, but the holiday's over. So now the challenge is, how many people can we bring to the next 2 podcasts? I'd like to see where we get it up to at least 30 or 40, where we start expanding. Because if you guys want to grow your business, have them listen to me about how I formulate these products and what's in them that makes them better than any competition out there. And that's what's going to help you guys grow a business. Is we've got to start getting more exposure and educate and motivate people around you to want to get involved and participate. But like I said, if you don't plant seeds, you won't have a harvest. I can tell you that.
Yep, I agree. And a lot of that's going to start with recruiting. Recruiting is something that through the holidays is slowed down. We're working behind the scenes on both marketing materials and some plans to incentivize recruiting for you guys. But it'll be, yes, building a team, bringing in founders under you is going to create a residual income. So founders, incentives to bring those in will be something that we'll be talking about more soon. So,
yeah, and here's the thing that I know we can do. If I can sell 75,000 bottles, I know everybody can bring people on to buy 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 for their families or their neighbors or their coworkers or people that they know that have pre-existing conditions that need to start taking these pills so that they don't get the COVID. But if you think about it, we just hit 400,000 deaths in the country, and people are very self-conscious while they're quarantined. What can I do beside wash my hands, social distance, and wearing a mask? Well, I can tell you that those 3 things are very important, but I'm going to tell you the most important over all 3 of those. That if you don't have a strong immune system, you could die from a regular pneumonia. You could die from another virus. You can die from another flu. And so don't just think that it's just this pandemic that makes you vulnerable. Without being healthy, you're vulnerable for anything. I mean, look at all the people. I mean, when I was in my 20s and 30s, I didn't even know what cancer was. I mean, now there's cancer of every body part known to mankind, because so many people are eating processed foods and fast food and garbage. Yep. That now back when I was in my 20s and 30s, there were a lot more people eating food from farms and in eating all natural foods that grew, and fruits and nuts and vegetables and grains and healthy meat, not these meats where cows are eating corn instead of grass. I mean, I can go on and on and on. I'm just telling you that we've destroyed natural food in this country and natural water in this country and natural air in this country. And so to overprotect ourselves from doing all these bad things, we need to have a strong immune system with polluted air, polluted water, and polluted food. So to me, we need to be able to tell people about this immune booster. I think it's the easiest. Look, if there's 400,000 people that have died from not having the right immune system, isn't it easier to sell this one product nationwide or worldwide than anything? To me, it is. I don't know. That's why I'm going to concentrate on manufacturing this product more than any of the others over the next 3.5 weeks, because I think there's going to be once we can make this go viral, I can even get better pricing for you guys, because I'll start manufacturing hundreds of thousands of these bottles at a time. But it's going to take a team effort. I can't do it alone. I mean, I'm 72 and I'm enthusiastic and I have a lot of energy and I'm very healthy, but I need a team. I need people that can go along with me and help me make this thing work. and we can do it together. And I've given you my phone number, I've given you my email, and there's no excuse for somebody if they need help, if they need answers to questions. I'm willing to help you because I want to see you successful. I told you that's my biggest New Year's resolution, is to make other people as successful as I've been, because I've been very lucky.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome, Gary. Thank you for sharing that. It's very generous of you to offer your time. I know you've personally consulted with nutritionally the mayor of New York City back in the 70s.
Yeah, 76 to 1980, I was the nutritionist for Mayor Ed Koch in New York City. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And who else? I know there's a long list of people.
Well, I was very fortunate to be the nutritionist for Cher, the singer, in New York when I lived in New York. And I used to sing "I Got You, Babe" with her where I was Sunny. That's another whole story. Maybe if you guys start selling a lot of the immune boosters, I'll come on and sing "I've Got You, Babe." But it would take I want to see a lot of enthusiasm before I start doing that stuff again. But anyway, I was nutritionist for Cher back in the 70s also. And later on, I was the nutritionist for the San Antonio Spurs basketball team when I moved to Texas. And when I lived in Michigan, I was the nutritionist for the Detroit Tigers, Detroit Lions, and the Detroit Red Wings. So I've had a lot of fun people I've worked with, a lot of athletes. And one of the guys that really shocked me that he wanted me to be his nutritionist was the CEO of Volkswagen for the world back in 1984, and his name was James McClernand. And his office looked better than any room I've ever had in any of my houses. I'll tell you that. I mean, this guy was very successful, but he made me commit to sit down with 30 of his top executives and spend 2 hours talking to them about nutrition.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, so I've had a lot of fun. But it's funny now. I do it for free because people need it. People need to understand that they can put 10 to 20 years on their lives by just making a few adjustments in their lives. And you can add 10, 20 years on your life. And even more important than the 10, 20 years, when you get older, you don't want to be on 8 medications. I'm on nothing. Okay. I'm on nothing. I don't even take aspirin. Okay. And so I'm very fortunate, but I walk the walk. I talk the talk. Anything I'm going to tell you to do, I would never tell anybody to do anything that I don't do, because then I'd be a politician.
Yeah. I'm on nothing as well. I've had very, very few health issues in my entire life. The few times that I did was related to me not eating correctly or treating myself right or stress or sleep. And once I fix those issues, I feel younger than I ever have. So
no, you look every week, you look healthier. So you're doing something right. I'll tell you that.
I've got pictures of myself in my 37, 38, 36. I was at a convention where I'd started having wrinkles become much more prevalent on my skin, my forehead, and all this kind of stuff. And it looked bad. And I actually started realizing my collagen levels were low. And since then, I've used a lot more moisturizers, stuff with collagen improvement, taking collagen supplements, but eating better. I feel like that, yeah, my skin, my overall physique and health has been much younger than
what's the most you've ever weighed?
300 pounds.
Do you have pictures of that?
Yeah.
Well,
I carried it well. I'm 6'5".
Yeah, but still 300 is 300, man.
But I'm 235 now.
Okay. I think if you I'll sing Sunny. I've got you, but you got to show your 300-pound picture. Okay. We're not going to do it until people start moving and shaking in our company here. But those are incentives that you can see me sing, and you can see Micah when he was 300 pounds, but you guys got to start recruiting and getting a lot of people excited about their immune system. Then I know people are on board here.
Yep.
All righty. But anyway, we can cut it short tonight because I've got stuff that I've got to go do. But I gave everybody my phone number, so anytime during the week you want to call me or you want to email me at yogurtfrenzy@yahoo.com, I am available. But everybody have a great week. And next Tuesday, I hope we have so many people on the podcast that I see a zillion new faces.
Agree. And everyone remember, on April 15th, we're all going to request that Gary sing I've Got You, Babe.
With my shirt off.
With his shirt off.
My shirt off. Yeah, and you're going to show your 300-pound picture on the same April 15th. Because you know what? It'll be a before and after. 300 before, and then you're going to be ripped on April 15th to show the after.
Yeah. The picture's from, man, it's probably got to be 5 years old at this point. I've been pretty healthy for a few years now. And
no, that's fantastic.
Was that JIC conference, wasn't it?
It was, actually. It got me in front of a Christmas tree. I've got several.
I remember that one.
But, yeah.
Wow. Well,
I think most of us here were there for that.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to see that picture. I got to tell you. But anyway, everybody have a good evening, and we'll talk during the week for those that want to call me. And then next Tuesday, let's see how many people we can recruit and start getting this immune booster. Because like I said, it'll be ready to distribute the end of the month. So you can start planting the seeds now for a big harvest.
Yep, I agree.
I want February to be a big month for everybody. Big month.
Christina asked, when will the immune boost be out? You said
I was just getting ready to ask that.
First week of February, right?
First week of February, I will have them in my possession to distribute to anybody you want.
So most likely, we'll probably start pre-selling them on the website as soon as we get confirmation of delivery. That way, as soon as they show up, we can start shipping them out to you guys.
Perfect. All right. Anyway, good evening, everybody, and I'll talk to you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.